Imagine you're sitting in a doctor's office for the 10th time in 2 years. You've been poked, you've been prodded, you've been put on different kinds of medications. The doctors still have no idea what's wrong with you. They told you it could be cancer, which is really scary. But you finally find out your diagnosis, and it's a lot less scary than cancer. This was my story with PCOS. Now, according to womenshealth.gov, 1 in 10 women during their childbearing years will be diagnosed with PCOS. That's 10%. Now, today I'm going to teach you a little bit about PCOS. I'm going to tell you about the problem and the solutions associated with PCOS. Now, if you're a woman watching this, you could be directly affected by it. And if you're a guy watching this, you might have a girlfriend, wife, daughter, sister that could be diagnosed. And the more you know, the more you can help them through their diagnosis and their disease. Now, let's get started with our problem. PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it can be caused by this guy right here. It's insulin. Now, your body naturally produces insulin. It can't produce too much insulin though. And when that happens, your ovaries react by starting to produce excess androgen. Now, when this happens, your cycle gets all out of whack and your ovaries don't ovulate correctly. Another cause can be that your ovaries just produce too much androgen on their own. This is the most common androgen. It's testosterone. It's a male hormone. Now, with PCOS, you have your polycystic ovary versus a healthy normal ovary. In the polycystic ovary, there's little cysts all around it that can be very painful. It's also a lot larger than the normal ovary and a lot more malformed. Now, according to PCOSAA.org, there are a lot of different symptoms associated with PCOS, and some of them include excess hair on your face, acne, usually presented along the jawline and the upper neck, weight gain, extremely painful pelvis, and in some extreme cases, it can lead to cancer. Now that's because when you're unable to have a period regularly, your uterine line builds up and then cancer has the opportunity to form. Now that we've talked about the problem, let's move on to something more positive, like the solution. First thing you want is a diagnosis, and in order to do that, you have to have some tests run. One of these is going to be blood tests. Now with the blood tests, they're usually looking for excess insulin levels or excess androgen in your blood. Another test they're going to run is a pelvic exam. Now, the hand on top is pushing down on the ovaries to see if there's any malformation there. And the third is going to be a wand ultrasound. The ultrasound here, you can see the cysts on the outside of the ovary, and that's going to be all the black dots there. That's how I was finally diagnosed. Now, according to mayoclinic.org, there are a lot of different ways you can manage PCOS. One of these ways is hormonal birth control. This is going to help regulate your period, make sure that you are shutting that lining every month and also control that androgen a bit. Another option is for the excess facial hair and the acne. That's going to be spironolactone. Now that's actually an acne medication, but it's going to help control the androgen in your skin that's producing the excess hair and the acne. And lastly, simply living a healthy lifestyle. If you exercise and eat healthy, you're going to be able to help manage that weight, and you're also going to be able to help balance those hormones a bit just with how you treat your body. So that is our solution to our problem. Now, today I talked to you and I taught you about PCOS. I told you about the problem and I also told you about the solution. Now, if you want more information about PCOS, you can go to mayoclinic.org. They have a lot of good information there. Now that you have some base information, you don't have to be like me and wait 2 years not knowing what's wrong with you. You can go out there and make better informed decisions about your health.